centuries later is when our story begins.
How is it that I might help you?
Farlo Bastaya!
Cut them apart! Break them! Ratuskit! Barbardo!
It all does come back around, Jeff. Thank you so much for letting me know. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Quelmar Realm. This is Quelmar First Class, Year 2. And we are here for some adventuring. But we are here mostly to just, well, spend time together, hang out, shoot the shit, play some games, and also share them with you, all of you watching, including me, because I'm sure I'll watch this before the next session. So hi, me. We are short Finola for today. Bree hasn't been able to make it with us. She may show up at some point. We'll welcome her with open arms if she's able to show up. Otherwise, we miss you, Bree. And let's go around and check in, see how everybody's doing. So as we go around, can you introduce yourself and TLDR yourself and your character for us today, please? We'll start with Rachel.
Yeah, hi, I'm Rachel. Sorry for the lack of video today. I am a player and game master in Quelmar. I run a tea time adventure campaign by Snowbright Studios, which is all about being cozy with your friends. And I play Grandmush, who is an elderly druid about to flunk out of school. We'll see.
We will see. Yes, we ended last session with a very uncertainty for Grandmush's future here. But what is certain is that Nell is going to give us a wonderful, energetic introduction to themselves and also Ace.
Hello, my name is Nell. I am a DM and a player here. I'm also the secretary of the organization and the head of fundraising and sponsorship for QuelmarCon. All of the hats. I am playing Ace. Ace Grimes is a deep gnome divination wizard. Also the editor-in-chief of the Cathada Chronicle, the underground school newspaper. Nose for trouble, Ace on the case. That's it. That's all I got.
Wonderful tagline. Nose for trouble, Ace on the case. Awesome. And speaking of a nose for trouble, a person who is, well, I don't know if it's Erica or Marcella I'm speaking about, but a perplexity? I don't know. Perplexed indeed I am. Marcella seems to be finding themselves in quite a bit of trouble. So, Erica, can you introduce yourself and Marcella to us today, please?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Erica. I'm playing Marcella, the half-orc druid. Both of us use she, her pronouns. And she doesn't necessarily have a nose for trouble, but what odors she protrudes is troubling two noses. That's what I got.
That's on.
Yep, and a penchant for violence as well. That's her deal. Okay.
That was very, very, very on point there. Yes. So, well, with zero non-offensive smells that I can tell, let's introduce Francis. And Jeff, can you tell us about yourself and Francis today, please?
That's right. This is the second week in a row where your introduction was like, "Hey, you don't smell bad."
What does that say? Well, I think it's because we're following Marcella's introduction, and everything that follows Marcella, tends to have that lingering effect.
Delightful. Hi, I'm Jeff. Use he, they pronouns. I'm on the board of directors of the Quelmar Realm, and I'm head of branding for QuelmarCon. I'm playing Frances Langford, she, her pronouns, who knows a lot about owlbears apparently because she did stunningly on her midterms last time we played.
Yes. Oh, that. Thank you for reminding me about that. That was the owlbear test, the owlbear midterms. I completely forgot that I wanted to make a note to insert that into a particular thing that we might venture into today. Welcome, everyone. I'm Kyle. I'm the DM for First Class, and let's get started. I don't know if there's music on the stream feed. If there's not, my apologies. Trying to fix the audio stuff and sacrificing the music for us not our players not sounding like their robots is more important. Yes, very fair. We're going to open today where we closed last session. We had just finished the midterms. We're still in our seats in the classroom in the general studies building of the in Catharta Academy. Let me see if I can pull.
I realized I was thinking about this over the week. Why are we summoning and taming owl bears? What class was this for?
It was a very important class, and we're just not going to talk about it.
I feel like we were asked to choose our classes. I never chose one that involved owl bears, but I love it.
Let's see. Yeah, it was a subsect of the general studies class, which everyone has to take. The dangers of
worshiping dragons.
Yes,
I love it.
You wouldn't think that owlbears would be a large portion of that, but apparently, there's a secret connection there that's incredible. We can't tell the viewers because that would just be it's too much. You've studied too much. We've already covered it too much. So we'll just leave that a mystery. But
read about it in the book.
That's right. Yep. It'll be in, Oh, yeah, in the Catharta Chronicle. There we go. Maybe the school will commission the Catharta Chronicle to put out a, hey, we noticed everyone said that they didn't understand why we're doing owlbears. Here's an explanation. Maybe that's it. That's where you're going to see the solution here.
I'm on it, Ace.
I'm on it. I'm on it. Okay, I got it.
Might be in the next issue. Oh, speaking of that, you posted there. The most recent issue of Catharta Chronicle is in the Discord right now in the First Class channel. It is up, and it is zesty. Oh man, it is. It's a great issue. All right, so let's go a little bit over what we accomplished, what happened last session. It basically was big midterm day. We all got ready and we wrapped up what was going on before, the whole thing with the loft and all of you being accused of being involved with Morchella and possibly getting people hurt. Well, definitely getting people hurt, but possibly being involved in that situation. And we've been kind of trying to figure out what's the connection there and why you guys, why do you keep seeming to keep getting wrapped up in these crazy ordeals. But we moved past that a little bit, and we got to zoom in on everyone having a little bit of time between then and midterms. Morchella, you had the awakening from, well, I guess you weren't sleeping yet, but the visit from your lab mates to show you the good news that a large portion of your project for the Geodari studies is complete, and it looks wonderful, the plant. And we explored a few of those things, only to end last session with the midterms. And for the most part, all our PCs did well, except for one PC. One student who shall remain ageless is Grandmush, and Grandmush failed both sections. They thought it would be a good idea to or might be part of the test to summon an owlbear and and have it try to take the test for them, because as Rachel pointed out last session, no one knows an owlbear better than an owlbear. Well, Grandmush, the owlbear, really didn't do so well with filling out the questions.
I don't understand. Is an owlbear's owlbear the best? The best owlbear is an owlbear who owlbears. The best.
It did. For all intents and purposes, you did summon one, and it did owlbear the best. Out of all the owlbears in the room, which was 0, it did do the best at being an owlbear. Unfortunately, I guess your professor probably would have banished it shortly after you summoned it. We'll say that you had it start doing your test, and it was like starting to gnaw on the desk, and and the professor came over and asked you, what in the name, what are you doing? Why are you summoning this creature here? And what would be Grandmush's response for that in the middle of the test, in the middle of midterms, being approached by the professor?
We're supposed to know all about owlbears, yes. Look, watch this, Mr. Owlbear. Could you please kindly tell me what your main source of food is? Yeah, could you write that down here, please? Yes. Yes. See, he knows it. Look, owlbear's owlbear. All the answers here are contained in one owlbear.
The owlbear's just kind of like chewing on the desk and dumbfoundedly looking up at you and smacking the paper. The professor.
I can actually speak with all plants and animals.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand what the owlbear is saying, but whether or not the professor does is another story.
Owlbear is lots of food, good food, and then it's trying to sign its name for you by smacking its paw into the paper. And the professor's just not having it, and snaps their fingers, and the owlbear is banished from the classroom. And
I'm not an owlbear. How am I supposed to respond here?
I'm just a proctor here. I'm sorry, I can't tell you how to take the test, student, but I can tell you that you should have studied this. It's in the books and the teachings in that classroom, or that class, the totally appropriate class that what I'm talking about. You should have, participated, and you would know the material.
Oh, I did. He was one of the owlbear cult members, but he's gone now. So.
Oh, that's right. The dragon friendship cult of the owlbear assholes. That is probably the part of this, the course that you took. That's where this test derived from. But you were forced to take the rest of the test on your own. And since you spent time studying with the owlbear, or spending time with the owlbear and learning owlbear things, it didn't quite transfer over to the literary portion of the test, and therefore was quite a failure. And where we ended last session, was that you had locked eye contact with the proctor, the professor, looking over this test, and he had nodded to you, or what it looked like he was nodding to you, in acknowledgement, when in actuality he was nodding to the person standing behind you. And with a gentle patting hand on your shoulder, Grandmush, or what constitutes as Grandmush's shoulder, you get a gentle pat on the shoulder. And Grandmush, as you pivot your head, trunk, neck thing back to see who's staying behind you, a female Allen person who looks very familiar. The librarian / guidance counselor. What was her name? Innes. Yep, Innes Hufflepuff. Miss Hufflepuff is like looking down at you. She's got a nice, almost nice round, poofy head and large black eyes, and she wears like this tiny little miniature fedora on the top of her head for no apparent reason. It really doesn't offer her much of anything, but must be a fashion statement. And she looks down at you. Hello. Hello, Grandmush. Would you see me in my office?
Sure.
Why? Thank you. And she pats you like gently, and then does a couple slow blinks of maybe sadness, maybe disappointment, Or maybe she just has dried out eyes. You know, birds. She turns and leaves the classroom, but she wants you to come see her in her office pretty directly after the midterms. You guys have a few more minutes while you're sitting in the classroom. We can say that you're all sitting pretty close together in this classroom. There's no assigned seating for this because it's not a class. You're just here to take the test. Is there any discussion before you guys leave the midterm room?
I've taken the scrap piece of paper for notes and turned it into one of those little fortune teller, like folded yes, no, maybe. And I'm trying to offer to tell all my friends fortunes, answer any questions they have. That's what I'm doing with this time.
Nice. Morchella, is there anything you're doing while you guys are waiting for the test to be officially over?
I'm going to ask the fortune teller if they're going to kick Grandmush out the school.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll me 1d6. Let me see what my random fortune teller tells you.
Okay. A 6.
A 6? That is... Sorry, I'm finding a table.
You know what? No, I wouldn't. It wouldn't have surprised me if you had one of those handy. So
I wish I did.
You know, that wouldn't have. If you would have pulled one up and be like, "Oh, I have one right here," that wouldn't have surprised me at all.
Okay, so 6. Actually, I'm so sorry. I just found a list of 20, so I should actually get you to roll. Let's stick with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My reply is no.
Okay.
Nice.
Are you doing fortunes?
How else is she going to meet my grandfather and fall in love and marry him and then become my grandmush?
Okay, we had someone who used to do this for fun back at the theater on it during intermission. Could you do mine? I never actually learned how to do it myself.
Yeah, of course, sure. It's really easy. You just pick your favorite color, and then I go R-E-D if you said red or whatever, and then you get an answer to your question.
Okay.
What's your question?
Oh boy, did I make the right decision changing careers?
Okay, do me a favor and roll me a 1d6, please. Out of character.
Okay.
Or I guess you could just pick your favorite color.
What is... I'll do...
It's got to be one of the 6 colors.
Oh, do I canonize a favorite color for Francis, or do I draw 1d6? Purple!
Purple! P-U-R-P-L-E. Oh, this is really unhelpful. I'm so sorry. It says maybe, maybe not.
Yay.
I think that means, here we go. I'm going to interpret this for you. I think that means it depends on what you do with it. And if you work hard and do good things, you're going to make a difference, and that's good. But there's a chance that if you regret it and don't do anything, that'll be bad. So I think it means yes, as long as there's a chance that it'll be a great choice, as long as you work that gorgeous, beautiful brain under that gorgeous, beautiful face of yours.
Thank you. Honestly, that's like really validating, because like that's exactly how I'm feeling. Like, is this the right decision or isn't it? Maybe not. So it's like it's my choice. Like, I'm taking fate into my own hands. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Cool. This is a good thing. I'm gonna keep going forward with it.
Wow, I fully forgot I'm a divination wizard. I'm running out of real spells I could use.
Who needs magic when you have...
You don't have to waste spell slots doing your thumb thing.
It's just a cantrip.
Doing my thumb thing?
Yeah, what?
So dirty.
The fortune folding things? What are they called? Fortune cookies?
Yeah, they did have a name. Those like little things that you're talking about, they had a name in school. I don't remember what they were called. But Grandmush, you see your friends getting accurate reads on their from a true divination wizard in the most scientific of manners, getting accurate predictions for their future. But your future just seems, your immediate future doesn't seem that pleasant. As you're left to sit here after Miss Hufflepuff has stopped to see you, what would you be doing?
I lean over really close and I go, Ace, psst, Ace. I need to ask your fortune maker a thing.
Okay, of course, Grandmush. Anything you want to know. If the question is how soon am I gonna die, the answer is never. I don't even have to consult it.
How many owls could an owl bear if an owl bear could bear owls?
I like it. Okay, what's your favorite color, Grandmush?
Yellow. I need to know if I should bring
6.
Albert to see Owlin.
6. 6 is the number. Oh wait, hang on. You were just saying a tongue twister.
Oh good. Oh good. No, Albert. That means if I bring Albert to Owlin, everything will be fine.
Yes, I
He
agree.
can bear 6 owls.
Exactly. Oh, he can bear like the weight of them emotionally. He only has to deal with one owl, so that's fine. He'll be totally fine.
All right. All right. Did you guys answer 6 for question number 2?
Actually,
my answer was red.
Oh dear.
That's weird. My answer was John Deere. I'm concerned.
I answered Dragon Turtle Bay.
And they were all correct except for Grandmush's. It was a very open-ended question. Awesome. As you guys are having this discussion, and Grandmush, you've got your answer. Apparently 6 is the limit there. As all of you are finally answering these questions, the proctor goes, okay, tests have been collected, everything's done, appropriate period's been had. You all may go. It's fine. And you all are free to leave the complex. Very serious but excited. Hold on. She talks to Grandmush. Okay. We have, as all of you leave the midterms, we get outside the General Studies building. Grandmush, you know that, where's Miss Hufflepuff's office? Miss Hufflepuff's office is, I believe it's in the Tomeoplex. Let me take a look at the map here. Yeah, so it'll be up here in the Tomeoplex. Are you going to go straight to see Miss Hufflepuff? Are you going to have a conversation with your friends, or how would all of you be going about this? Because right now you have the rest of you all have classes this afternoon, but there is a short. You'll probably have like 20 minutes before your next class. So, what are all of you doing on break, as well as Grandmush? Are you going to see the guidance counselor now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that if the guidance counselor basically asked her to come straight there, then then Grandmush would go straight there.
Okay. Okay. What about everybody else? Where are we going for the little break between the test? I guess it'd be like half an hour, right? So everybody could grab a meal if they wanted, or anything else. What's the rest of the party doing while Grandmush is going in and having her meeting with Miss Hufflepuff?
What time is it?
I'm trying to eavesdrop on her meeting with Miss Hufflepuff. I'm going in through the vents.
Going in through the vents. Okay. What time is it? It's like mid-afternoon.
Wait, is Ace gonna let us know? That's
oh hell yeah! If anybody else wants to come with me, we're doing this thing.
I gotta work on my garden, but here, have this. She pulls out like a burnt-looking leaf from her pocket, crushes it up, and blows it over Ace. Oh wait, no, it's self.
No, within 30 feet.
Oh
no!
no!
Thank you. That's gonna be so much fun next time we go off.
Each creature you choose.
Together, Mortella, I can't wait.
Yeah. Okay. Each creature you choose within 30 feet of you has plus 10 bonus to stealth checks for the next hour. Can't be detected by magic. So now you just look a little bit like translucent.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now. I thought that was each creature that's. Yeah, they have to be within 30 feet of you for the duration. Like during the next hour, everyone within 30 feet of you gets it.
Oh, okay, okay.
Then not when you cast it, it's for the whole duration. Everyone around you.
Then I'll stand guard outside, and you can go in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that would make sense if if she stood outside the office and you're in the vents. That That could work, right? That's less than 30 feet in an office complex. That's yeah.
But if you have to go work, that's I don't know if you need to like be in a.
I can't do much in 20 minutes. Yeah, just go get him.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to assume we're including Grandmush in this conversation while we're having it, or do you two want to wait for Grandmush to go and then do this?
Oh no, don't worry, we'll be there. You just holler if you need anything. They try to kick you out, I'm ready. I'm ready to sue.
I think it's better if he doesn't know. Or they don't know.
Sure. Okay, so Grandmush, like you said, you would have went straight to the Tomiaplex to to have your meeting, and then we'll have Morchella and Ace go up and go do their mission. Francis, where would you be going for this lunch break?
Okay, something that was said on the midterm test gave me an idea for that little contraption I was working on at the Tinker workshop. So I want to rush back and try and make a quick refinement on that and see if I can finally get this recorded message voice box to work. It didn't work last time.
Absolutely. Let's slide you down to the Tinker Your compound. I'm so glad you made this choice because I have stuff. Okay. Oh, why is that not zoomed in? Sorry. Okay, we'll see if that works. All right. Let's start with, because let's do we're gonna do the guidance counselor thing first, because the way things can affect each other. But we're gonna have you go down and Francis, you're gonna get down, and you said you wanted to check on the status of that.
Yeah, I got an idea during the test. It's something that might actually make this a little contraption of mine work.
Oh, okay. Before we get to your results, you can go ahead and make a Tinkerer's Tools check or an appropriate check for what you're going to be doing for your improvements and stuff that you want to implement when you get there. I do want to touch on the guidance counselor stuff first so that we can do things based off of what's going on here. All right. Well, because you would arrive first and you don't have any sneaky stuff going on, Grandmush, you walk over to the Tomiaplex and you go into the little back office area, or I guess it would be like the second floor office area. You go up to the second floor office area and you go over to Miss Hufflepuff's office. Librarian, guidance counselor, student apparel rep. It's got like 4 or 5 titles of what Miss Hufflepuff does here. And you go to her office and the door is open, and she's sitting cross-legged on like a bed of a nice big fluffy like pillow bed in the corner of her room, and she sounds like she's meditating. She hears you come in the office door, and you know what? We can insert some ducks just to have this kind of fun for this room. I don't think we would need air ducts, but you know what? It kind of feels like the construction was just done on the air duct system that doesn't exist yesterday. So why not? We can have that caper going on while we're doing this. But let's start the first bit of the conversation. Rachel, Grandmush walks into the room, and it looks like Miss Hufflepuff kind of stops her chanting, stops her meditating, and acknowledges you enter the room. She just silently nods and doesn't say anything. Doesn't tell you to take a seat. Just nods.
I silently nod back and stand there.
So good to see you. Very nice. Would you like to take a seat? There are no chairs in this room.
Yes, sure. My going up to the second floor did a number on my knees. Shall I just? I just gestured to a generic area.
Yeah. There. It's like the room is covered in. Well, there's a big pillow bed that she's sitting cross-legged in, but there's also like a handful of rugs. There's no carpet, but absurdly, the majority of the floor is covered in rugs and no chairs. Why why don't you sit over there?
Yeah, I'll go sit.
You sit down across from Miss Hufflepuff, and she's very, very composed and breathing lightly. She looks over at you. I hear you're having problems with your tests.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah, apparently, I didn't realize Albert, uh, he's quite good at taking tests, uh, and we studied together, but, apparently owlbears and exams are not, ubiquitous at this school.
Grandmush, there's a poster on the wall. It says no magic during tests. Why would you summon the bear of owls?
Oh, but Albert isn't magic. He's an owlbear. As far as I know, he has no patron.
Does not need to have a patron. Right next to that poster, it says, even patronless summons are not allowed. It's right between no magic and don't do drugs. It's the whole line of posters, you know.
Oh dear, I must have missed that one. My eyes weren't what they used to be in old age,
Why are your eyes so bad?
Oh, well, I've been around quite a long time. And, I've found that, I get by just fine without them being perfect, honestly.
You don't have to be perfect for you to be perfect, Grandmush. But
Oh,
you
well,
must.
that's very sweet of you to say.
Thank you. But you must follow the rules and the posters.
And the post, am I also supposed to follow the Catharta Chronicle posters I see around? They do have some lovely advice in there, I hear.
I don't know what's in those. I heard to stay away from them because they were propaganda.
But then how am I to know which posters to follow and which to ignore?
Ones that are posted in your areas of study. That's why they're posted there.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, we best let those chroniclers know not to post posters in study areas, apparently.
Study areas can be a confusing area. Are you sure that you are up for the task of social interaction during your time here? One more failed test, and you will be expelled from Cathara Academy.
Oh dear. I didn't aware that was a possibility, honestly. I thought this was the kind of place where you just pay tuition and stay around.
Have you paid any tuition? Because if you have, you've been getting scalped. There's no tuition at Catharta Academy. But
oh dear.
You might want to get that checked into by financial aid.
That method, he swore.
He said he was trying to help me.
But no, it'll be fine. And they reach into their bag and pull out one of those flowers that they designed that makes bats. They release a couple bats into the room. See, it's a new style. Doesn't quite taste like bubblegum yet, but it will, I'm assured.
You summon the couple bats into there, and the Owlin takes to her feet and is ducking around and holding, because bats get in your hair and she doesn't have any. But she is ducking her and putting her hands over her fedora, and she flutters over to the door. Cold Brown, we have a bat infestation. Cold Brown in the tunnel.
Oh no, this is our project. Oh no, it's all right. Oh
dear. Screaming out the door of her office into the open Tomioplex. Hearing this scream, well, obviously Marcella's definitely most certainly gonna go scream because she's gonna be right outside the room. But hearing this scream, or let's back up like 45 seconds. Morchella and Ace, you go up to the second floor of the Tomioplex, and you go over to and the Tomioplex is a big open area, and as we saw on the map, hold on here, let's pull up the map. Let's let the map do stuff and say stuff so that I can say, but don't count this and don't count this and count that and blah blah blah. Okay, there we go. We're going to show only the first floor. That way. Ugh. Wow, that is really zoomed in. Okay, so this is the first floor of the Tomioplex, and then we have the stairs, the stairs at each. Why is it not working? There we go. Yeah. So we have the stairs at each corner, yeah, up going up to the second floor. But the second floor, there's an opening in the middle. You see this big big central area here on the first floor with like the dulcet thing and the magic and shit. This is the center, and it goes the whole way. It's open the whole way up. So it's kind of like a lot of libraries that are in the tall stacks that you can see down from every floor into this open area below. So her office would be on one of the walkways bordering this and being able to look down. Morchella and Ace, as the two of you go to the second floor, give Grandmush a little bit of time to get up there, and because they move slow. No offense, Grandmush, but to get up there and get into the office before the two of you go up to the second floor. As you get up to the second floor, and this is a small row of offices, as you're approaching Miss Hufflepuff's office, what's our game plan, and when do you pop the spell, Morchella?
Well, it's active for an hour, so I was just gonna pop it before Ace crawled into anything.
Yeah, and then I think, as long as you stand like right here, like within the hallway here, I can probably crawl over, all nice and sneaky like, and see what there is to see.
Yeah, is there like a bench or something in the hallway so it can look like I'm reading?
Yeah, there would be several, because there's still bookcases up here as well. In addition to like small little office, a handful of office rooms. There's lots of bookcases, so yeah, there would be benches or seats all over the place.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna pop a squat and open my book on green goops of artificer origin. And I'll just start going through that, some light reading.
Okay. Yep. It's very light reading. That book itself is outdated. There's a Green Goops of Artificers, Volume 2 and 3, that would probably serve you better, but it's light reading. Volume 1's fine. So you sit down and you're reading that, and you cast your Pass Without Trace spell, and Ace is able to go through like the little utility gap between the two walls, or get in from the opposite office because there's nobody in it, and get into that utility gap where there is a pseudo ductwork type thing. Ace, what's the game plan? What do you envision accomplishing here?
They disappeared for my stream. I don't know about you.
That is right. Well, it turns out they were very sneaky and were able to sneak out of the stream.
Lovely art.
Oh yes, amazing art. I need to update their token too, in case we need it then. All right, so with that in mind, Morchella, you hear. We'll catch up with what Ace experienced. Observing that minute of conversation with Miss Hufflepuff and Grandmush. But you hear stirrings happen from inside the office that Grandmush is in. The door opens up and flies open, and Miss Hufflepuff like lurches out into onto the level that you're on, the second level, and yells out into the Tomioplex in an abnormally echoing tone. Code Brown, bad infestation, Code Brown, and Grandmush. Can you please do an animal handling check? Like, were you planning on having these bats stay in the office, or when Hufflepuff opens up the door, would they bolt out?
No, I think they were just trying to show off their flower thing. So as soon as they're noticed, I think that Grandwish would try to sort of shoo them out.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Do an animal handling check for the bats, because now they're like, once these plants turn into bats, they're bats. So, and once Hufflepuff opens up the door, these bats are going out into the Tomioplex.
Yeah, sure. Let me see.
No, we'll catch up. We'll catch up with you here in a minute.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sorry.
We got you into position, but we
my
just
whole
said
OBS crashed, so we're just
a whole
green screen.
7.
I think for the rest.
Okay. 7. Okay. The bats, these newly born out of plant bats, you're speaking to them in your normal bat lingo. You're starting to understand that, oh boy, they're not like completely natural bats. So it must be like a thick accent to them, because they're not listening to you, and they're just going wild in her office. And as Hufflepuff bursts out the door, the two bats whoosh out the door and into the Tomioplex. And right about 10 feet from you, Morchella, the guidance counselor bursts out and yells, "Code Brown, bats, we have bats." Morchella, we'll touch back with you in a second. First, let's catch up with Ace. Ace, as Morchella popped the spell, she got into position and pretended to start reading a book. She cast Pass Without Trace. You silently moved into the adjacent office and into the vent and the small space between offices, in the walls between the offices. I don't think you need to make a stealth check, because there with Pass Without Trace, there's no way she's noticing you. But what would you be doing now that you have a little stealthy scurrying thing? Are you just monitoring what's being said, or are you doing it?
I'm monitoring. If it sounds like Grandmush is about to be expelled, I'm gonna do some shit, but otherwise I'm just monitoring and making sure nothing shady or unfair is happening, no bribes are being solicited. And if it sounds like she's about to be expelled, I'm gonna create some chaos, but otherwise I'm just hiding out and listening.
Okay. You noticed everything that was spoken before. I think you caught the entire conversation.
I think so, yeah.
The only thing that really probably caught your ear was that Hufflepuff said that one more failure like this and you're expelled. And I don't know if those words have ever been like announced to any of the students. I don't think it was ever a fast and hard rule of 2 failed exams and you're out. But you do know that the rector has already said before, this is the best of the best. This is the most promising students in Quelmar are here. So if you're not that promising, you can't keep up with the curriculum, who knows? Maybe we could form a study group. Oh, so many things could happen. But for now, that was all preceded by by panic. As you can see through the slats in the vent, that Grandmush was showing Hufflepuff, look, and she showed her this plant that then turned into bats. And Hufflepuff freaked out when the bats were summoned. Went over, threw open the door, and is now yelling out into the Tomioplex.
I'm going to vortex warp. I'm gonna go ahead and. How big are the vents that I'm in?
Just big enough for you to fit in. They wouldn't be that big, because it's not like we have central air or anything. It might be just for circulation of air, not.
How many bats are there?
2.
2.
And they are bursting out into the Tomioplex. You could, if you want, either like teleport yourself out to, you know, out to the second floor, or in with actually inside the room with Grandmush or any of that stuff, and then you guys can take care of the bats from there. That's up to you. So we'll actually, yeah, we'll figure out what would you want to do, Ace. You're in the vent. Things are starting to move quickly and frantically. What would you like to do?
I, I don't think I'm doing anything. I think I'm just waiting to see what happens. I don't really have anything to help with these bats.
No problem. Yeah, now they're out in the Tomioplex and free anyway, so they're,
yeah,
you know, skeeching out there.
I'm just
Let's zoom
hanging out.
out.
I'm just vibing. This is a good show.
You could, and now since it's just Grandmush in the room, she doesn't know. They doesn't know that that you're there in the wall because it passed without trace. Are you going to keep silently monitoring Grandmush and Hufflepuff in this room, or if you want, you're able to talk to Grandmush through the wall?
Yeah,
right now?
I'll just kind of whisper through and be like, hey, 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 it's me, it's Ace, it's your friend Ace. I'm here. Don't be scared. Just know that we got your back. You're not gonna fail. And if you do, we're gonna do a demonstration about how standardized testing is not the best way to judge the capability of students here. I'm already writing up some copy materials just in case, but also first we'll do a study group and also cheat to make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh, that's very kind, dear. But as a divination wizard, and sir, you know, some things are not meant to be. So perhaps we will see.
Well, what's not meant to be is you getting taken away from a group of students who needs your advice and small gnomes who need your friendship.
You'll have to ask your finger fortune teller.
I'm gonna ask my finger fortune teller. Fuck, I closed the page already. I'm gonna ask my finger fortune teller, but it's in my history, it's in my recently closed tabs. I think Ace's favorite color is teal. That's only a 4, but it's a good color. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's your destiny. That's what it says. It says it's your destiny, so I think it's your destiny to be here with us.
Oh my. Well, then we'll just have to convince Owlin.
Okay.
Sounds like the most scientific of fortunes being told today. As Grandmush, as you're saying, convince Alan. Morchella, the guidance counselor, runs out under the second tier and is yelling out into the Tomioplex as that you see the bats fly over and above her and out into the Tomioplex and you know, doing bad things. She's yelling out, you know, Code Brown, bats in the Tomioplex, bats in the Tomioplex. 10 feet away from you. What are you doing?
Well, I'm just gonna commit to the bit. You know, I'm just, I'm just gonna look up like I was here to study. Do I have to leave?
The guidance counselor, holding onto the railing, looking down into the center chamber of the Tomioplex, like looks over at you. Morchella. No, you don't have to leave. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. There's just bats and they poop on the books and they make a mess. And it's not, it's a horrible situation. We had pigeons before, now it's bats. They could damage the library, Morchella.
That guano is hard to scrub, I know. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't want to get, you know, maybe I should head out. I don't want any of that on me. No. Good luck. And then she'll start walking the other way.
And as you're walking the other way, you see the guidance counselor kind of calms down a little bit as she sees people begin to move down below. One of them looking like a part-time janitorial staff person, whatever, just kind of tracking the bats on where they're flying and trying to go deal with that situation. Hufflepuff goes back into her office, and Grandmush, she shuts the door. Why would you summon bats in the Tomioplex?
I'm sorry. I was just trying to demonstrate my my final exam project to show you that it is going to go well.
Grandmush, There is a time and a place for your magics and your summoning. Indoors, in classes, and in offices is not the place.
I see. Lesson learned.
I hope so. I would not want to see you get in more trouble than I have heard you have already been in. I just now realized that it's a bad student. in the books, Grandmush is probably this badass, oh, they got detention super early, and oh, now they're failing. I'm picturing Breakfast Club, and you're you're the bad kid, which is so weird because I thought you would think Marcella is, but nope, it's Grandmush all along.
Well, I also believe that animals and summons don't belong in potions, but this school seems to excel at that. So, seems they're showing up all kinds of places they shouldn't be recently.
You show me where there's a bat potion. You show me. I wouldn't put up with it either. That is a witch's game. We are not witches here, Grandmush.
Well, perhaps you should talk to the people who got me put in detention then.
Who put you into detention? I thought it was you that put yourself in detention.
Oh, well, only because they were using bat wings in their potions. We had to hold a whole funeral.
A funeral, and I wasn't invited. Oh.
Well, apparently you don't like bat summons.
I don't mind bat summons. You misunderstand me, Grandmush. Just not in the Tomioplex. The Grand Library. Bat poop. It's hard to get out of the books. Go, Grandmush. Go. This is too hard, too much to bear. I have to go fly around and catch bats because Larry, the part-time janitor, can't fly. So who has to catch the bats? I do.
Apparently there are just too many bears all over the place today. Owl bears, I'm too much to bear. Next we'll see bear feet. Oh, wait. I already have those. Well, we'll see. Perhaps you should submit a question to my advice column. I'm sure I have the best tools for removing bat guano from various items. I'd love to share.
If I was allowed to read the Cathara Chronicle, I would. But as I told you, I hear it's propaganda.
Oh, I see. Well, perhaps I could get you a copy of the Catharda newspaper. Definitely not associated at all with the Catharda Chronicle.
Oh, they're completely different? Well, then that's okay. I'll take a look at that. Good luck with your article.
Grandwish writes a note to take one of the Catharda Chronicles and scribble out Chronicle and write newspaper and deliver it to Owlin the next week.
Nice. Yep. If it's the Chronicle, bad news, but the newspaper, well.
Actually, it's the Catharda Chronicle, but Catharda spelled with a C and Chronicle is spelled with a K.
Ooh. There we go.
Really underground.
We'll just keep changing the name every issue until and then we'll poll and see who liked which fit was resonated with the readers the best. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna call you Marcella. Grandmush, as Hufflepuff escorts you out of the office and then locks the door behind you. She wishes you good luck, and then she flies out into the middle of the Tomioplex and begins to try to shoosh the bats out of the library. You even hear her, hear her off in the distance flying on the other side. Why won't you get the hell out? Trying to Fly around, chase the bats out. Marcella, Marcella, Grandmush comes out of the office and is then left alone. Ace, I'm assuming that you crawl out of the vents and all whenever the meeting is over.
Mhm.
Okay, so the three of us meet back up on the second floor here. Is there any discussions before we take off? And where do we take off to?
I guess I should have mentioned to her that they don't speak normal bat, Mordella.
Yeah, that's one of the things we might have to work out before the final. If the bats are speaking Sparrow, I think the professor won't really like that.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a kink.
we'll figure it out. But next exam, I'll show you how to cheat. I did that last term. It works pretty good.
Well, apparently I already tried to cheat by having the owlbear, but I'm willing to try something else, you know.
There are better ways. Yeah, that was a good try, but I think we can definitely help work on your method there.
Perhaps we could also just study this time. Owlin did mention that. It hadn't really occurred to me, but
yeah, there's pros and cons to each method. I like cheating myself, but don't always have time for it.
I like doing both. You got to work all of your skills at once, study, and then also cheat, and then you'll be ready for anything.
Maximum preparedness. That's
exactly.
Yes, I see. Well, perhaps we could have our undercover operative discover what the next exam will be on.
I like that plan. We're gonna have to assign them that task.
Ooh, so there you go, kids. Study and cheat for maximum success. Oh, poor Grandmush. If you weren't one of the bad kids before, welcome to the club. As the three of you, I'm going to assume classes will be starting soon, or each of you will be going to your respective classes soon. So let's, you would be dispersing just to speed up that process. Let's zoom over and see what Francis is up to over at the Tinker Your Lab. Francis, let me see that. Okay, was the roll a 13? Or was that from last week? Or last
roll for what? I haven't rolled anything.
Okay, cool. I saw your roll at the right above Marcella's, but that's probably from last session. Okay, an appropriate tool check or skill for this for your tinkering.
Well, what is it I'm rolling for? Because what I'm trying to do, I'll be more specific with it, because I came over here and had this epiphany over what during the test. I remember what I was working on with Steven last week. I got that light contraption to work, but I didn't get the recording contraption to work. And I had this thought during the test where it's okay, this copper wire stuff, this ion stuff, the copper wire is acting like a conductor in the same way that the ethereal plane acts as a conductor for magic, except it's doing the same thing but with electricity, making a path for it to flow across.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try using magical tinkering on this device. And it says on my sheet that it requires it only requires access to Tinker's tools and can only affect a maximum of 2 objects at a time. It doesn't have a check associated with it.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's an artificer feature, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if it doesn't have a role associated with it, I can't remember the verbatim on it before. I
can read it.
Doesn't it give you? I thought it gives you a big ass boost, but go ahead and read it, because I don't know what if there's no role associated with it or no check, I don't know what you're aiming for. Just information.
It says magical tinkering. Imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of your choice. 5 feet radius light or up to 6 seconds long recorded message. Emits odor or nonverbal sound. Static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text. You can affect a maximum of 2 objects at a time. And then I can do that up to twice a day.
Now I know exactly. Okay, that's the Gotcha. Yeah, that's like the basically a better prestidigitation thing that you can always have active. You don't have to cast a spell. You don't have to. Okay, so you want to use your magical tinkering on something.
Yeah, I want to try and use it on this device that failed earlier. It's I had this epiphany about. It's okay, this is how the artificing side of it works.
Okay.
and I want to try and like make a recorded message with it.
Oh, okay, sure. After a little more tinkering, after a little more tinkering on your break, you're able to not only successfully produce or I guess record to produce the illicit effect, but you find that you can do it repeatedly. Now, as far as the conductivity, I guess, of the like the wiring and stuff that you were messing with before, it kind of feels like that the only caveat to you being able to do this is that it seems it's tethered on your magical imbuing. So though it does work, it's probably not going to work for just anyone because it's attached to your arcane, like call it reservoir of energy, um, and that it seems pretty permanent or semi-permanent, but you don't think that you would be able to do this more times without drawing out of that well, leaving leaving it inactive beyond that.
Okay. Well, it's a start, so I'm gonna try and record a message into it, and I'm just gonna like sing into it. Um, all the times I'm feeling lonely, all the times I'm feeling low, still you'll always be my only. You're my lover, don't you know? And the stars in the night are gleaming in sight that seem to say you love me too. See if I can get the playback.
Okay. It plays back in perfect pitch, and as explained, as long as that's tethered to you, no matter where it goes, it will be able to repeat that.
Okay. I'll have to talk to. I'll bring it to Steven. Maybe he can help me make this more permanent. But like this is progress. This is better than what I had before.
Okay.
Shit, I'm running late. Wherever I was supposed to be.
You're fine. You're fine. What was your? I can't remember your curriculum. You're fine because a lot of your classes were in this Tinker complex, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I had Dangers of Dragon Worshipping. I had Magical History, Applications of Artifice will probably be here.
Yeah. So we'll say that for today that was your next course after the break anyway, because the exam only took 2 of the other courses places and not that one. So you're fine. You're in the right place anyway. Not a big deal. While you're make a perception check.
Yeah, absolutely. Perception, not too bad. Oh no, that's awful. 9.
Okay. While you're working on that, you hear like the doors open from the lab that you're working in. The doors open and you hear somebody walk by or stop in the hallway right outside the door. When you turn your head, you just see like the back of somebody's silhouette walking away. Nothing of note. Like it's not, it's not a public place, but I mean, there's people here in this building, so that's not anything of that would warrant concern. But you just know that somebody was there at least for some period of time.
Yeah, I doubt I think much of it. This is common space.
Yep. Yeah. You're just someone in working on a lab project. But after that, you go into class. Now, let's stick with Francis because we finish out the rest of our classes for the day in late afternoon, right? This would be after the last class, and then there will be dinner. And after dinner, then it's basically free time, and the loft opens up, and all that jazz. You can either hang out at the loft or go back and study in your classes. Tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow is the festival, right? Festival dance. Yes, I believe tomorrow is the dance.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're the only one who knows, Kyle.
I know. Well, I mean, I was hoping maybe I said something and I just forgot that I said something. But okay, so tomorrow, because I know the festival dance is right after midterms, and I just wasn't sure if I said it was tomorrow or 2 days. I think it would be tomorrow. No. My apologies. It's 2 days. There we go. Duh, it's in my notes. All right. Yeah, so you'll have essentially a normal school day tomorrow, and then 2 days from now is the school dance. You were ordered to meet up 1 hour prior to the school dance, preferably 2, to ensure everything like, there'll be a rudimentary setup already in place, but you'll have specific instructions on what your duties are as per your punishment, to, help facilitate the dance. But all that is 2 days from now. As this school day comes to a close, nothing else happens, or nothing of note. I will facilitate us meeting up in the morning together, the class that we all have together, and then we'll have 1 day to do stuff prior to the dance day. Is there anything that we needed to address that evening? After classes for the day, everybody was released. I know we could go and do a whole RP day, but I want to make sure you guys have time to for the day before, right? For us to handle matters on a full day rather than what's left of this one.
I think Ace is has never been to a dance before, to work it or otherwise. And so they're like hiding in their room, like practicing dance steps, trying on different outfits. They know they're going there on detention to work, but like nonetheless, it's the closest they've ever gotten to a dance. So they're just like pretending and practicing.
Nice.
You mean that room that we share?
Yeah, but if you come in, if they immediately pretend they were practicing something else.
Okay, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, like the camera's on and Ace is dancing, and then the door opens and the camera's looking in, and Ace is all like automatically doing something else.
Something else. Yeah. Actually, though, you know how to dance and stuff, and you have good taste in clothes and stuff, and I don't know anything about dancing or clothes, so maybe you can give me some advice on dancing and clothes.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually what I used to just like borrow something from the closet at the theater.
Well, you're a little tall for me to borrow anything from your closet, and your closet's the only closet I have access to.
I didn't bring any of that stuff with me. I mean, I don't know. Pins are their own kind of magic as far as making things fit. You have a surprising. I didn't know you had this many outfits.
Yeah.
Try different things on. I don't know.
My grandfather was a tailor. I'm inventing this right now. He ran a little tailoring shop, so I inherited things a lot. I got a lot of hand-me-downs, a lot of things people didn't want anymore. They often didn't fit me, but he did his best.
That's why you're so good at weaving a good story in the newspaper.
Wow, I never thought of it like that. I'm gonna tell him that. He's gonna love that. That's gonna really make him. What's a fun phrase for make him laugh? Really tickle his fidgets.
Really fidget his spinner.
Fidget his spinner.
So stupid.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Damn fidgets.
You're gonna make me look you're gonna make me look dashing. Dashing is the word. I want to look dashing.
It's a very specific adjective.
It is, but it's what I'm going for here.
That's very easily done.
Yeah. That's
about making an impression. You're exceptional at making an impression.
Thank you.
The tailor.
Falling out of events or falling into an event.
Hey, I like it. That was clever. That was good. You better write that down. Get that in the paper somewhere.
I already forgotten it.
Falling into events, falling into events.
Yeah, that one.
That one. All right, I'm making Francis dress me up.
Okay. The tale of the tailor's grandchild.
I can't wait to write this wiki page.
Francis, I don't really know how to. Let's see how easy it was from what Ace had in their closet. I would take either a disguise kit or a performance check with performance with either or with advantage because you have theater background. So we'll give you advantage on just being able to take what you have on hand and make a stellar outfit for the dance for Ace.
How do I roll for a disguise kit?
You would pick a appropriate whatever ability score. There we go, ability score. So it's disguise kit usually does charisma or intelligence. Is what I usually use for it.
Okay, what was the other option?
And performance check.
Probably better.
Either or with advantage.
Look, we're not using the disguise kit because Ace is already gorgeous. It's not a disguise.
Thank you.
Not trying to
Also, my
change
performance
them.
is +4.
Yeah.
D20 +4. 13.
Okay. Do it again.
Advantage.
Oh, advantage. I forgot.
Yep.
For our friendship. Our friendship is the reason for the advantage.
Friendship gives you all the advantages. Okay. Well, 13 is still in the good range. I would say good would probably be 12 to 16, and then 16 to 20 would be really good, and then 20 and above would be amazing. But considering what you had on hand, Ace, you probably can tell that Frances does a pretty damn good job of taking what you have on hand and what she was able to gather up from her stuff that she could repurpose for, to help you, and put together a nice dashing ensemble for you.
Thanks, Frankie. It means a lot.
Of course. This is dashing. This is like a full-blown M dash, not just even an N dash. M with EM.
I'm ready.
I've been studying syntax for the newspaper.
Wow, I really appreciate the work you put in behind the scenes. I'm investigating some different funding sources, so maybe we can start paying a very low rate, a very small rate. But nonetheless, we see the hard work you're putting in. Your pay will reflect that.
Thank you. A 40% pay increase on 0 is still 0.
That's correct.
The part that counts. Yep. Next week I'll study semicolons.
I love semicolons. They're my favorite.
I appreciate the fact that Ace said, we're not going to pay you much, but we're going to your pay will be reflective or something will be reflective with your pay. Your worth will be reflective with your pay. I'm like, oh, so what you're saying is you're not going to pay me much, and the pay, okay, yeah, it's the perks really that Cathartic Chronicle draws you in. It's the people.
The perks are friendship.
Yeah,
no better perks than that.
Yeah, that's really why people join this organization. Okay, we have if no one else has anything else for that evening, we're going to open up on class the next day. Now, we all share the first class in the morning, which is Dangers of Draconic Worshipping? Dragon Worshipping classes?
Dangers of Dragon Worshipping.
Yeah. I love putting these freaking courses all in a different place from the NPCs. Yeah, the Dangers Dragon Worshipping. First thing in the morning. It's the only class we have together. So let's touch base in that. The next morning, after midterms, you all arrive to the Dangers of Dragon Worshipping. Director Vanileth is up in the front, writing stuff up on the chalkboard. Everyone takes their seats and gets ready for class. And he puts the chalk down. And he walks over to his desk and kind of leans up against it and is looking out at the classroom. 99%. 99% of the school. Pass rate. Still really good. Very proud of all of you. You've all done well this year. Midterms were a success. And just wanted to let you know I'm very proud of all of you. We only had one failure in the entire school. So that is that's really good. It's one more than we've had in year one, but that's okay. It's something we expected to have and happen, and it's something we will mitigate from happening in the future. So I just wanted to take a moment before class to let you know that I'm proud of all of you, no matter how yesterday went for you. Draconic Studies today is going to be a little more loose. We have dance, the seasonal dances tomorrow, and I don't want to burden you with work or put a bunch of stuff on your mind. You finally have a school day where you're able to, to kick back and relax. So I'm not going to, start today off very heavy for you. And any questions for the course thus far? And no more questions. I had 32 letters underneath my door this morning. Why was the test on owlbears? Look, I understand that some of you might not have understood the portion of this that had to do with, bless you, that had to do with owlbears, but it was important, and I'm glad that everybody took that seriously and still wondered why. But any course questions? I mean, this is, we don't normally get class time like this that we're not on a strict curriculum. So any questions for me about Catharta? Yes. I'm sorry, Morchella. There was multiple hands. My apologies.
Yeah. What if a dragon comes to school?
Dragon's not going to come here. We are very protected, and we're down here because of the dragons that are up there. I am aware that there are subterranean dragons. We should be plenty safe from them. Yes, Francis, your hand was up first.
Yeah, I know that we talked about there's different colors of dragons. I was just curious if they ever came in jewel tones. I'm particularly a fan of emerald. Where would emerald dragons might be possibly?
Where's my Fizzbands book? Well, I could read this paragraph for you. Great question. Gem dragons, though not as prevalent as some of the chromatic and metallic variants here in Eisenhound, they are out and about. Some lair in subterranean areas. Some like to keep very not desolate. What's the word for isolated locations. Some are more social than others. I don't know specifically where emeralds live, lair. But yeah, but
maybe someday we'll find out.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe, if you keep studying these draconic line of classes that keep getting shoveled down your throat every year you're here at Catharta, then I'm sure in no time. But it's not really my thing. I don't like to be specific about where certain dragons, where you will find them, because by the time I do that, then you find them elsewhere, right? Red dragons, I know that they love to hang out in, mountainous regions with volcanoes and the whole fire thing. Great. Well, then why are they burning down all these little villages in the center of Eisenhound where there are no volcanoes? Just food for thought. Ace. Question.
Oh, I forgot.
Okay, that's okay.
Sorry.
That's fine. Doing great. Anyone else? Any other questions?
I forgot.
How do...
Completely composed. Oh, yeah, Grandmush, you haven't gone yet. Yes.
What is there a final project for this class?
For this class, no. This is general studies. We don't do final projects in general studies. That would be all your specified courses.
So there's another of these exams.
Oh yes, yeah. You have a final, yeah, but it's not you don't have a project.
Mm.
Yeah. You don't have any long-term things. Your final will be on draconic studies, so you're fine. And I will make sure that all of you are prepared, because apparently some of you need a little more attention. Porchella, your question.
If we find a dragon down here, do we get extra credit? Can I just pass the course if I find a dragon?
If you find a dragon, you just pass the course? No. If you find dragon worshippers and you point them out and they are dealt with, then yes, you will get extra credit.
Yeah, but that would be putting students in danger. I thought you try to keep us safe.
What would pointing out dragon worshippers be doing to put students in danger?
Well, no, if we had to deal with it.
You shouldn't have to deal with it. Marcella,
Oh,
you're in class. You shouldn't have to
Okay.
deal with any of that stuff.
Gotcha. So, okay, I just got to be a good narc. Got it.
Yeah, just bring it up to the proper authorities, and we'll take care of it. All of you should be focusing on your studies. And despite what you may think, summoning elementals, he's like looking across the classroom, summoning elementals to fight for you in some way is not conducive to the curriculum here at Catharda.
What about owlbears?
Summoning owlbears to fight for you in any way is not conducive to the curriculum here at Catharda.
Then why did we spend so much time learning about owlbears?
We learn about owlbears for safety, not for taking our tests for us, not for anything that would harm the owlbear. Yes, Ace.
Wait.
I think Grandmush had more of a question.
Grandmush.
Oh no, it's okay. I'll stop while I'm ahead, I think.
Oh, Grandmush.
You're always ahead, Grandmush.
Yeah, Grandmush, go ahead. You're not ahead at all, so nothing to worry. Just keep going. Grandmush.
Well, if taking an exam hurts an owlbear, doesn't that mean it would also hurt us? So why are we being subjected to the exams?
The exams don't hurt an owlbear. When was that ever a thing? What exam are you taking?
You just said I couldn't summon an owlbear to do things that would hurt it.
Correct. Completely divorced from your exam. That is a correct statement.
Albers takes psychic damage from Xanths.
Yeah. I didn't mean about the course itself. That is an and, not an or. You can't summon it for your exam. You can't summon it to fight things unless it is, what is that called? Overseen at the proving grounds or in one of your classes that is designated to do such a thing. Then that's okay. There are safety measures taken. But you can't.
Or if we find the cult of dragon worshippers.
You let us know exactly where they are at and what they're doing, and I will give each and every one of you extra credit. A lot of it.
What if the owlbears are the dragon worshippers?
The owlbears you're summoning, or just owlbears in general?
Two things can be true, I think.
Why are you summoning dragon worshipping owlbears, Grandmush?
That is what this class is about, right? That was what the exam was on.
You created a summon or dragon worshipping summon. You created a dragon worshipping owlbear? Question mark.
Perhaps I'm a bit confused. Ace, please tell us what's going
dragon
on.
friendship cult to the owlbear assholes.
I can't do that. I have a completely unrelated question.
Ace, save me.
What does it look like up above ground?
Oh, you're a local. Yes. It's wonderful and maybe not your kind of wonderful.
It's filled
yeah,
with
like why
trees.
doesn't everyone just move underground to be safe from the dragons? Why don't they all just come down here? What's so great about up there?
Not all of us are as acclimated to living down here as you, Ace. Some of us miss the sky.
Right, what does that
And
look
the
like?
trees.
I forgot about the sky.
Well, have you ever heard of a red sky? The sky is beautiful, especially at night. You would like night. I think, Ace, you could appreciate what's called night. Right? You look up and the sky's dark, like down here, but it's got beautiful twinkling lights in it. I think you would like it.
Sounds like magic. Can we take a field trip?
No, but after you graduate,
I think it would really help me understand the importance of my work here if I were to see stars.
Do a persuasion check with disadvantage. Just by the off chance. Going well.
That was a 4 on the first roll.
Going well already. Oh, only.
That hurts. Can I use my inspiration to just re-roll one more time?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's going to be...
I assume I'll take the lowest.
Yep, you re-roll the both of them. Yeah.
Oh, we roll both of them. Okay.
Yeah, because that way it's not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, a 10 is still not great, but it's better than a 4.
Yeah. If it would have been, dude, if it would have been like 20 and 21,
you know what?
There would have been a field trip. There would have been, if they were both above
really
a 20 or above. Okay.
We can have our own field trip, though, I think.
I would like that very much.
Take a weekend and go. Grand Mush could show you around, and I think it would do you some good to see what's up there.
You can come
sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you could go on a longer trip. Well, wait between class years for that kind of thing. That sounds like a longer excursion. But going topside is permitted on break periods. So we can orchestrate that. We'll teleport you up.
Okay, that sounds like fun. Thanks.
Awesome. Great. Any other questions completely relevant to this school year? No? Good. All right. Well, all of you have
Are you chaperoning the dance?
I hope not. The planning committee has not dared approach me yet. It might be for the 7 posters I have outside my office forbidding them to approach me on the matter. But I do like posters, by the way. No, I hope not. But I might get, rused into it. Who knows? Not under-rused into it, but just regular rused. I hope I don't have to. But all of you do. Well, not all of you. Not the whole class. Sorry, I forgot there were other students here besides these 5. Yeah. But those of you tending to the dance, I have faith in you. If not necessarily to do the right thing regarding school, but to do the right thing morally. Right? Take care of the event. Make sure no one gets hurt. Do not hurt anyone. And make sure it's a smooth experience. That's all I ask. And maybe there's some redemption for all of you in it. Maybe we can make things for your stay here easier for year 3. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how tomorrow goes.
I doubt that. That's a pretty high task.
Again, I have faith. All right. Well, you're all free study till your next period. Have fun. You can leave now if you want. Have fun. And make sure you go to your next class. It's like a half an hour till this class ends, and then like half an hour break between this class and the next class. So what are we doing in this total hour block of time? This is the longest block of time that you all will have together until this evening, the eve of the Winter Festival. Or not Winter Festival, Festival. Seasonal Festival.
Hey, Francis.
Yeah.
You met anyone shady in Tinker? I don't know. I haven't had time to look into all that pink bug, green goop nonsense, but any leads on that?
I don't know. Do you still think Steven is shady? I know you had some.
Always, yes. But somehow he's infiltrated everyone's hearts and minds and is your bestest friend. So, not really a good lead there.
Aside from that, no. Nothing I can really think about. It's a commons area. People come in and out all the time at the workshop. But I don't know. Is there something I can roll for that if I saw anyone fishy, or just going off of what I saw? I don't think there was anything fishy.
You can go ahead and roll an insight check. Just generalize. Do your hackles go up when you think of somebody in your classes? Tinker itself isn't the most social of houses here, because they are focused on knowledge. They're focused on progress. They're focused on innovation, less so about people and more so about the history of people, but like the in time or real time interaction with people, less so on that and more so on society. So they're not the most social of folks to begin with.
Everyone's kind of just a little weird and detached. It's hard to recall. Yeah, nothing. Everyone there is perfectly on the level.
Yep.
4.
Yeah, well, it's. I mean, it's nobody really stands out to you as, mad villain type. We, some backwards folk for sure, but nobody as villainous.
Yeah, I don't know. Why do you ask, Marcella?
It just kind of irks me. We never got to the bottom of that whole steam method bull crap, owlbear bull crap.
Well, why do you think
turtle bull crap? Yeah.
What do you think is someone from Tinker Yor? It could be someone from Geodowry.
Cause they had to mess with a thing to make it do another thing. It's like, that sounds like an artificer trick, but I don't really know. I don't
spirits in a pot on it. I don't know how you do that, but I presume it doesn't take a lot of know-how.
Interesting stuff. Interesting. Okay. Any other conversation we want to have before you're all released to the rest of your classes for the day? No? Okay. As we finish out the rest of our school day, we're going to call this, when do we normally have dances here? Since it's going to take place of an actual school day, we'll say that this is Thursday, and tomorrow, Friday, is the Winter Festival. And as our seasonal festival, I don't fucking know what it is. It's a festival, and there's a season involved.
So glad nothing goes wrong at festivals.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Historically, yeah. Eisenhower festivals. Okay. Let's pick up after classes are done for the day. And I don't even have to ask you what you're doing, because one of you is going to get approached. Francis, you're walking away from your last class. We'll say you're in the you're heading over to dinner. Last class, then dinner at the Catharta Cafe before it shuts down. It's like the last thing that Catharta Cafe does, and then it shuts down, and then shortly after the loft opens up. You're heading to the Catharta Cafe, and you're flagged down by your professor, the Tinker Yor coordinator. I think her name is Bindi. Is it Bindi?
I don't remember.
Bindi it's Burwabart, Professor Burwabart, but I can't remember her first name. But anyway, Professor Burwabart, the gnome professor you spoke with before, the one you gave the dust to. Remember, you guys had the pink dust from before, and you were asking her about the pink dust.
Mm-hmm.
She catches up with you, and yes. What was her voice again? Oh yeah, such long legs. You have such long legs, Francis. I can't keep up with you. Oh hey, I just wanted to let you know, Francis, dear. Okay.
Everything all right, Professor?
Yes, we're over here, and I was over there, and just long strides. Long strides.
They always had me doing all the kicking.
I wanted to let you know I got the proper time to examine the dust that you gave me, and I wanted to let you know that I have compiled it, and I was able to. And she holds a small device. It's say it looks like it's the size of a wristwatch head, but it's on the end of a small metal rod. It hangs at the end of a small metal rod. Yeah, and like you can like free spin it at the end of the rod. The end of the rod has two prongs, and it hangs in between them. And if you spin, like each side has some kind of sensor on it. I was able to at least, I could not identify the substance, the dust, but I was able to create a device that could detect the dust at very, very close proximity. And if you were to put this, and she pulls out like a small baggie, and it has like a little bit of the dust left in it, and she pours it into your hand, the dust into your hand, and then puts the wand with the little sensor at the end of it over your hand, and a pink light beams down from the wand onto your hand, directly on top of the dust in your hand. It's only the wand's only like this close or this far away from your hand. It has to be very close because I was unable to, calibrate it because I didn't have any more. I don't have any, didn't have shit to do it. But it's very close, but it works. Here you go.
Wow, thank you. That's fascinating. Is this something we're going to learn how to do in class?
No. This is not curriculum. This was a side project of mine. You presented me with a challenge, and I said I shall face the challenge down, and this is what I did. I backwards thinking, process of elimination.
Thank you. Backwards thinking.
Yes, they tell me I'm backwards. I tell them I think backwards. But I don't really spit at them. That would be rude. I just it's a fake.
Well, I'll certainly, if we figure out what this pink dust is.
You will have to channel your magic into the device. It will run out when it and you see like the device after a few seconds, the pink light goes out.
All right. What do I do to reactivate it? Do I cast that magical tinkering?
You could just merely a cantrip will do the job.
Oh, okay.
It basically, it's just the energy of a cantrip cast into the device. It facilitates the casting of it. Like an artificer would, right? You cast through your technology. So it's basically giving you a new spell, but you have to use that item to cast a spell.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Identify pink dust, or whatever you want to call that particular spell.
Identify pink dust makes sense to me.
Yep. But that is all I could not. I'm sorry, I could not identify it for you. All I could do is facilitate you being able to find it should you run into it again.
Well, thank you. That's far. That's way more than we've been able to do by ourselves. We haven't figured out what pink dust is.
It's not a problem at all. 72 minutes of experimentation. It's not a problem. I get paid salary, so it did not matter to me.
Thank you, Professor. I'll let you know what we find out about if we come across the pink dust again.
Very good. And then we shall examine it again. In great detail. Very, very. It's like trying to reach up and pat you on the shoulder. Very good student you are, Francis. Very good. Okay.
I try.
I must go to my pachinko. Have a great evening.
You as well. I won't keep you any longer.
And Professor Burrobart wanders off. And yeah.
Wow. I was playing with this thing in my hands on my way to wherever I was going.
Okay. You were walking over to the Cathartic Cafe for dinner after classes. So we know where Francis was heading. Morcella, what are you doing after classes for the day? It is the evening before the Winter Festival. What would you be doing?
Definitely back at the garden, moving that earth. You know how it is.
Moving that.
Work in the fields. No, this time I'm actually trying to get like a big harvest for tomorrow because I wanted to have some to wear as like a decoration and give to the rest of the team.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. So you're harvesting some for decoration?
Yeah, and making sure that there's plenty more for the final to do some, tests and stuff.
Yeah, we will address that before your finals, before yours, Grand Mush's final, to see if we can get that last leg, that last portion. We had the three pillars of what your project had to be, and you've met two of them already. So we'll see if we can get that last pillar in. And that might also help redeem Grand Mush some if Professor Alalin, goes to tell the director that, hey, they're making breakthroughs over there, and despite Grand Mush's reputation, they are making severe strides in that field. So very good. Okay. Grandmush, what would you be doing? I'm assuming I'm assuming going with Morchella at least at first to your lab project and helping do some of the gardening and stuff. I'm sure Morchella would kind of branch off and do her own thing, but what would Grandmush then be doing?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely helping contributing to the project in whatever way they can. And then also maybe actually trying this thing they call studying for dragon worshipping. Since that was the exam that I think that they failed.
Okay. Totally makes sense that a dryad wouldn't a new dryad wouldn't be that into like book reading as far as learning how to do the things. But as Grandmush, as you go back to your dorm and you see this stack of books with dust, a layer of dust on them, your course books for the year, they still have a thick layer of dust on them. It's probably the ones that you were supposed to be studying with. I'm guessing you give it a shot.
Yeah, for sure. Grandmush will hit the books for the night.
Okay.
Yeah, it channeled their inner nerd studying before a party.
Nice. Yep. They are that inner nerd. Okay. So extra studying up. That's good. That's good. And, it might pay off for them. We'll see. Ace, the eve before the Winter Festival, you've got your dashing clothes all set up and hung up and ready to go for tomorrow. Classes let out. And what would you be doing first thing? Like it's dinner bell, basically like dinner bell rang time, and then after that it's free evening. What do you want to do?
I would like just once more to poke around about who could have framed us, about the goo on the methods. I'm not convinced that these two things aren't related, so I'd love to go by the cafeteria, try to investigate, get a bead on any suspicious activity going on back there.
Okay. Well, this works out perfectly for timing. Francis, you're walking into the cafeteria, and the front of the cafeteria itself is like an open bottom floor. There's support pillars, but you can come in from the entire front. It's open. There's no closed doors or anything. So you can walk on in, and there are, rather than seats, and there are like picnic tables set up, a few rows of picnic tables, and a big long serving line where Calvin, the head cook down there, is always serving. And oh, here we go, Erica. All right. Calvin is he's the cook, and he has a how do I put it? He has his work crew. His cafeteria workers are actual spirits or actual ghosts that are attached to him, not by will or not by like him wanting them attached, but he is cursed to carry them around with him. But they will willingly materialize and help him do the to cook the meals and all that stuff. And Francis, when you walk up, Ace is already in mid conversation with Calvin. And to give some context on how weird this is going to be, let's go back to Catharta Day. There we go. Okay. And so I'm going to try to do this so it's not too jarring for the stream. Okay, there we go. And let's go with board so that I can show. All right. Let's let me try to explain. So I'll show you a picture. I'm going to put it on the map of Calvin. So here is Calvin.
Nice.
It's gonna ask is it Keanu Reeves, and it literally is.
Wow.
And okay, there we go. We'll get it all together here. Okay, so Calvin, and basically this is kind of what the kitchen looks like in the Cathartic Cafe. It's him. There we go. I guess everybody can see that. Oh shit, it's cut off. So yeah, Calvin is essentially yeah, it's like Keanu, and he's a little off. He's a little goofy, but it doesn't display it real well here because every time I tried to get the program to help me give him orange skin, it just kept giving me orange clothing. And this is the closest I could get with orange skin. Calvin's he looks like a human, but he has skin that changes color depending on well, you'd have to ask him specifically, but it changes color throughout the day, and it's typically orange. Now that it's evening, it's getting a little more yellowish color. And we never quite pinpointed. I don't think we did we, Erica? Okay, good.
No clue.
We never quite explained why that is, but you.
He's a horse of a different color.
That he is. And he says nay on whatever someone's asking for extras of food, and he's in the middle of trying to do his job and make sure everybody's getting trays and the trays are getting put out, and the you see like some disembodied trays floating out from the back room, from the kitchen area, and trays of food coming out, and he's making plates for people to take. As he's in the middle of the serving process, Ace, you're up there asking questions, trying to get the answers, and he's, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so busy right now, Ace. You should come back later."
Oh, well, I don't take later. The news doesn't take later for an answer. The news is now. That's why it's called the news. It's the new information.
Oh, I understand, but the news doesn't pay my bills. I'm trying to serve people food.
You can serve people food and talk, and what's that about the newspaper not paying your bills? And I'll flip like 1 copper at him.
Okay.
Like 1 copper and a stick of gum.
Oh, gum. Takes the gum
Free
first.
chewed. It's stuck to the copper.
I don't like gum. It gets under the seats. I don't know how it gets there. It always falls. Weird. It falls up underneath it. Well, Ace, I'm really busy right now. I don't know about the scoop you're looking for, but can you tell your friend Morchella to stop coming in here and taking her bucket after hours? She leaves dirt all over the floor. I have to keep cleaning it up.
I can certainly ask her to be mindful of her dirt, but I'd be happy at doing that if you could answer some of my questions first.
Yeah, well, okay, but tell her to stop breaking in because the door's locked.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. How do you know it's Morchella?
Because she takes her soup bucket, and she's been taking little pieces off of it, like she's chewing it.
Sorry, out of character, is this true facts?
No, I don't chew the bucket.
Okay.
Yeah, out of character.
Out of character,
No.
This is true. Great. Excellent.
Out of character, Morchella's not a bucket eater.
Bucket muncher.
She has her own bucket here, like a big ass bucket of this of I think he called it cold steel or cold gray steel or something, some kind of special steel. She has her own bucket that she drinks soup out of, an entire fucking thing of soup every day. But she's not like, this place is closed after hours. It's locked. And you would know that. You might not know what Morchella does with her bucket and her privacy, but you know that nobody's allowed in here after it closes.
I'm gonna ask yeah. So how do you know you've seen Morchella here after hours?
No, she's just been at her bucket after hours, and she keeps leaving a mess.
Wait, I still don't understand how you know it's her if you haven't seen her.
Well, who else would touch her bucket? I wouldn't do it.
How do you know her bucket is here if you haven't seen who it is?
Her buckets are right in there. It's right over by the kumquats.
I'm very confused about the order of operations here.
That's okay. Everyone is.
You leave for the night. You lock up the building. You come back in the morning and there's a bite missing out of her bucket?
Yeah, I think she gets really hungry.
So this is a very strange thing. Do you mind if I take a look at that bucket?
I don't know if Marcella would like that.
She can beat me up if she's angry.
You wouldn't like her when she gets angry.
Yeah, that's okay. Like I said, she can beat me up. You don't have to be involved.
Make a persuasion check as he looks a little nervous at your request.
Gotta take a few lumps for the truth. Oh, God.
Oof. It's just too dangerous.
What?
She could kill us all.
Do you get those divine portents?
Oh my God, I do! Wait, I didn't roll my divine portents this morning. Can I change that 2 to a nat 20, please?
I'd say so.
I'll save
it
that
was
10.
like it was like a voice from above came down
God
and gave
bless
you.
That's the whole point of being a fucking divination is for those divine portents. Yeah, I'll take that nat 20.
Nice, very nice. Okay, with a nat 20. All right, Ace, it's your funeral. Hold on, Larry. You can't have another hot dog. Come on, Ace, come back here. He can wait.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
He brings you into the kitchen. Brings you in the kitchen where you see like all kinds of different things floating around in the kitchen and food being scooped onto plates and set in a very nice fashion next to each other. And he brings you to this area towards the, like, if you go in, you make like a hard right and go to the back of the kitchen, back where like they would store the potatoes and like a small little bread room area. But right there on one of the counters is this big ass metal pot bucket. Sorry, big ass metal bucket. It could have once have been a janitor's bucket of some sort, but it is left over on a clean counter by itself. With the exception of, you can see that around the base of the table that's sitting on, you can see there is a bunch of loose dirt, like an 1.5 layer of loose, like dried mud caked to the floor next to it. See, she did it again last night.
I would like to pull out my magnifying glass and just investigate this bucket and this pile of dirt. I don't know if it's tied into the plot at all. Nell has lost the plot entirely, but Ace is suspicious.
Sure. Okay, so you're gonna get down and examine the mud. Go ahead.
I believe because I have a magnifying glass, I roll with advantage because I'm looking up close at something small. That's good. I'm gonna need it. Yeah, that's a 17.
Okay. You get down close and you examine the mud. It's dry and it looks like smeared around a little bit, but it's definitely there was definitely footprints here at one point. Like it looks like feet. Like you can see once in a while, you can see like a toe imprint.
Yeah. Are they Mortella-sized feet?
With the 17, you could tell, no, definitely not. They're smaller.
Okay. Is there anything inside the bucket right now?
No, the bucket is empty and clean.
Bucket is empty and clean.
Both your magnifying glass, since we'll lump it in with all of the same check. As you're looking around the bucket, you can see that on the rim there's a whole section of it that like chunks are taken out. But as you're looking at it, at first glance it would probably look like teeth, like something bit into it. But as you're looking at it closely, you could tell like it was removed, like cut away.
Yeah.
It probably meant to look like teeth.
Fascinating. So there's a Morcella's bucket. Why did she leave her bucket here? Do you know why she left it here?
It
originally
stays
how
here.
long it's been here? Oh.
For a year and a half.
Oh, so it's just like she just eats from it when she's here.
Yeah. A lot.
I really missed this entire bucket lore, and I'm really woo. Okay.
It's
so
okay. You haven't done any like cafe based stuff this year, so that's
school
fine.
like gave her a bucket that sits here. When did all the dirt and the bite marks start appearing?
There's plenty more bucket lore where that came from. Now.
There's plenty more bucket
Erica's
lore.
probably sitting there like, oh no, all of this is me. This is not part of the subplot, just like laughing at me while I go into this, but I'm so convinced this is a conspiracy.
No, it's good. It's more believable if you don't know what's going on, because you wouldn't.
I should the fuck don't.
Okay, so Calvin would tell you that well, I mean, there was dirt here a few times. I don't know, a few weeks ago or something. Every once in a while, there's dirt that shows up here. And at first I thought, you know what? It's probably those pesky raccoons again. Those little buggers. Not a big deal. They don't poop in here, so it's okay. But then I got to thinking, like, it's not. It's Morchella. Oh, she's just super hungry. I don't mind that she vandalized, or like, comes in here like a vandal, only to take her bucket. It's a ritual, I guess. She doesn't steal soup, so what's my, but now it's getting ridiculous because she's leaving a big old mess and chewing on her bucket, and that's just not right.
Yeah, do you mind if I borrow this bucket? If I take it to Morchella, show it to her, chat with her about it?
You're so lucky you rolled a nat 20 on that, because, yeah, sure, go ahead.
I will take that bucket. It's like as big as I...
Oh, yeah, that's a big old, it's not even a 5-gallon bucket. It's bigger than that. It's like a janitor's bucket, like a big old mop bucket. Be careful.
I roll it. I have to set it down and roll it on its side.
She might shove you in it if she finds you with it.
Yeah, the risks of the trade.
What are you trading for? Gum? Did you know I just got a piece of gum?
Yeah. I hope it's tasty. It's mint flavored. It's like a year old.
Ooh. Aged mint. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks, Ace. Yeah. Go enjoy your meatloaf.
Anytime, buddy. Thank you for the tour.
Oh, you're welcome. And Calvin takes you back out to the servery lounge.
Roll the bucket out to Francis. Hey, Francis, take a look at these fake bite marks here. And explain to me what the fuck, please.
Sure. Why'd you roll this? What's so special about this bucket? Is it magic or something?
No, it's Morchella's soup bucket, and I'm convinced it's an essential plot of this mystery we're solving.
I don't know. Seems like a MacGuffin to me.
I'll
take a look.
Okay.
Can I investigate it at all?
Sure.
Figure out what is Ace talking about here. I'm on a newspaper now. I should be doing investigations. D20 plus 3. 15.
Okay. It's a bucket. It's a special metal. In fact, you know what? You do recall this metal being mentioned. Remember when you talked to the Professor Burrabart about the whole situation with the little automatons at detention, and I was talking about the metal. Remember, you brought him the little scrap pieces of the metal, and he told you that's the same kind of metal. That's the special metal they use in the cafeteria.
Oh, right, because they were using the utensils from the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm.
On it, Ace, do you remember that? Those little automatons, how they were.
That's how. Well, the metal here, the metal that's missing, would that be enough to build some of those little tick creatures? Is somebody vandalizing Morchella's bucket to build those ticks?
I don't know why anyone else would take a bite out of it, unless they're just really hungry for that metal.
I'm gonna try to take a bite out of the metal and see if it tastes good.
You bite Morchella's soup bucket. It's metal. It's pretty tough metal. You're biting a metal bucket, and
I don't need to bite it off or anything. I'm not trying to break my teeth on this. I'm just trying to get a nice taste, to get a good lick in.
You bite and lick the bucket, and it tastes like metal bucket.
All right, I think we should take this to Morchella and Grand Mush. They may be able to provide us some more information. Wait, can I have taken a little bit of the dirt, too? Can I have taken a pinch of the dirt in case one of our dirty, freaky friends can learn anything about the dirt?
Sure.
Spectacular.
Yeah. You know what, Ace? I got a mission for you. All access. Just clean up all that dirt and put it into a pan. There you go.
Will.
You get the whole thing. Bring it all with you. Get it out of here.
I will.
You did so well.
Thank you. You know what? I'm feeling good. I've been pretty useless for most of this investigation phase, even though that's what this character was built to do. So I'm feeling pretty good that I finally found a clue.
Would you like
Maybe. Or it's all a McGuffin and this is just Morchella's secret backstory that the rest of us don't know about.
I still feel like I should cast Detect Magic on this bucket just to be safe.
You can. It's up to you. Or you can do it as a ritual then too, right?
I could, yeah.
Yeah. If you have ritual cast. Oh, wait, do you have ritual casting?
For Detect Magic, yeah.
Okay. So we can take this back to Grand Mush and Morchella's dorm. I'm assuming that's where we're going, right? To meet up. Okay. We all gather up at the dorm. Knock, knock, knock. Morchella, there's no pink light under the door. And it turns out the rest of the team shows up. I'm going to try to get this conversation. So the rest of the team shows up and they're holding your bucket, your special soup bucket. Feel free to.
Surprise.
Thanks. I had dinner already, though.
Yeah, did you take these bites out of it?
What?
There are
No,
big
no,
bites.
you drink soup. You don't bite soup. What? That would be a stew.
Okay, great. So, so just to make sure, you have not been sneaking into the cafeteria late after hours and taking bites out of your bucket.
No.
Okay.
Why would I do that?
Well, somebody's been doing it, but we don't think they're actually taking bites. We think they're actually making carvings and then making the little tick monsters out of it. So here's your bucket. Here's a bag of dirt. If you two could look at the dirt and see if you can learn any important clues from the dirt. And then I recommend we camp out at the cafeteria tonight to see if anyone's breaking in. This is our chance to clear our name, to bring a fiend to justice, get justice for those poor robots.
Well, Marcella, let me borrow that bucket before you take it back for good. Okay, during this conversation, I'm just going to be like ritually casting Detect Magic on the bucket.
Okay. You know what? Along with your Detect Magic, go ahead and make an Arcana check, Francis.
Okay.
Do we get like the extra dice for passing exams on that?
No, because I didn't do any of the extra systems in Strixhaven, because if you do one, you kind of have to do all of them for it to balance out. So no, we didn't get extra dice for doing it, nor did we get like penalties or buffs for the test itself.
I suck. I rolled a nat 1. An Arcana check.
Okay. Then you
don't have inspiration or anything.
You do Detect Magic on it, and it's not magical. It doesn't give off any magical aura or anything like that. But it looks heavily used. It's clean. It's very clean, aside from the licking and biting that Ace did to it. But the bucket itself looks like it was probably once used for janitorial work.
That makes sense. After all, it's very large. Got to hold a lot of soup.
Okay. So Ace, you proposed a plan of us to stake out the cafe tonight.
Yes.
Do we have any?
Before then, can I study the dirt?
Absolutely. Yeah. We have. Yeah. The rest of the. I mean, it's late evening right now. We have several hours until after hours.
I'm gonna give it a good sniff, maybe a little taste. Look through it for some particulate dirt gourmand.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're examining the dirt that Ace brought. And let me look something over here first before I give you definitive. Okay. What'd you get? A 14? Okay. 14. Well, it's dirt. It tastes like actual just dirt, muddy dirt. But you do, Morchella, you do have you're pretty good at recalling earth-related things. I mean, that's kind of Morchella's stuff. She's good with earth and plants. And one thing is that you do recognize is that this dirt smells / tastes familiar. Very familiar. It tastes a lot like the time that you were in a fight at the proving grounds and you got knocked on your face. Mouth full of dirt, of the proving grounds dirt in your mouth. That's what this tastes like. And you're muted.
Okay, so for backstory, we fought like this frogman wizard. Was that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I guess he got kicked out or something. I can't remember if he didn't die, right?
You guys killed him.
Oh, okay. Well,
he was a exiled professor, and he came back and was plotting against the academy. And
was his bile like green goop? Yeah. Sketchy, huh? Okay. So she's gonna have like that flashback memory, recount those tales to the party and be like, there must be another student of, I can't remember his name, Frogman. I should just call him that anyway.
Crummy Dippin' Dots.
Crummy Dippin' Dots.
Yep.
That's a great name.
That guy that I keep telling y'all not to trust, that I keep sticking with, Steven Univerd, he was the one that was helping him last year. That's who I'd be after. But I don't know why he'd be covered in dirt. That's the weird thing. Maybe we have to... Maybe they're coming out of the proving grounds. There's some kind of a portal there. I don't know.
Or he's a zombie. He keeps coming up out of the proving grounds because that's where his dead body is buried.
And then does artificing in the nighttime?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he's necromanced.
I like it. That's a good theory.
There is some necromancy here. I mean, it is taught. Safe necromancy.
This was some excellent investigation, team. We're going to have an amazing story about this. I think we should all get some hot chocolate and some mugs and go set up a stakeout.
Isn't that for vampires?
Sometimes, but only sometimes.
Hot chocolate?
A staking out.
Okay. What do we? What's our montage look like as we get ready for the stakeout? We have a couple hours.
Oh, I'm smearing like black ash on everyone's faces to make them blend in. I'm giving them all my rundown tips on stakeouts. I'm pouring coffee and hot chocolate. I'm handing out notebooks and pens for everyone.
Am I letting Ace put more things on my face?
That's a great question.
I'll do the sneaky spell again, so everybody nearby can just hunker down and not be seen.
Ooh, yep. We sneak in. That's good. Yeah, because you do know it's closed. But that's good. Okay, so we're gonna prepare. We'd have like a montage of like a guitar accompanied background as we're all getting ready to go and stake out the cafeteria. I don't know where I think the most. I want to if Pree's able to make it. I want to make sure that she's in here for the next part. So what we'll do is we're gonna have we have the little montage of us getting ready for the stakeout. We travel from the path of the material back in the basically Grand Mush and Morcella's dorm room. We travel from there out to main campus, out to the cafe. We wait a little bit because the loft is open till like 11 something. So we'll wait till that closes, till everybody's cleared out. And unless you guys want to go early, we can go like super early if you want. But then we run the risk of being seen on the way in, a lot bigger risk of being seen on the way in, and that could facilitate other problems for you. But you're fairly confident that the bad things don't happen until everybody leaves. So we wait for everybody to leave, wait for everybody to leave, and then we make our way back out into main campus, and we approach the cafe. We're looking at the picture of all 5 of the silhouettes of our party standing there and looking at the cafe. All the lights are out. Everything is dark here. The campus itself is all the inner lights have already been lit up because the sunshulk, the fungus that lights up this cavern is now gone dim, and all the campus lights are on, and we're standing here looking up. Very nice shot of the silhouettes of all of you looking at the cafe. We're getting ready to perform our stakeout, which will have, some mechanical stuff going on here. So let's not get started in the weeds with that, and let's just end off here on a good point. And it is projected. Oh, what's up?
Can I ask beforehand, do we get advantage on stealth checks if we sing the Mission Impossible theme?
I think you. Oh no, you don't have advantage. So, up to a certain point, yes, but only if you hum it, so it's off key, so we don't get copyright claimed for or the audio shut off.
Find the copyright-free public domain.
Copyright-free Mission Impossible theme. I know. I wish we had. Although I do have. Actually, yeah, I have good good music I can put in for our like caper music that I can put in for our stakeout. So I'll bring that along next time, so we have that.
Yay! Thank you.
It'll be very appropriate. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It is projected that the next session may be the last one. I'm uncertain about this, but I'm thinking it might be. We might stretch into the one after that. It's possible. Next week, the 15th, February 15th, 2023, we will not have a session. I have stuff that I wanted to get done and was on the fence on whether to cancel or not, but we have the Quelmar meeting next week, another Quelmar town hall. So perfect time for us to postpone that session as well, so that we can all make the Quelmar meeting on time. And even though I might not be able to make that one, but so maybe next session is the last session. Who knows? It all depends on how the stakeout goes and how the dance goes. I think we're going to end with an awesome seasonal dance and hopefully some good feels and some good times. And we'll see how this goes. And maybe we'll throw in just for shits and giggles, we'll throw in the final. We'll like skip to year 2 final, and just so we can make sure we see what happens to Grand Mush on for this, at least this school year. We'll see. All right, let's go around and check in on everybody, and let's start with Grand Mush themselves. Rachel, can you have any closing thoughts for today? Stars and wishes.
Sure. I think that one of my wishes is to see if somehow this stakeout ends in like a crazy dance battle or something, because we all still do need to like attend the dance, people were so excited about it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. And stars might be Jeff finally getting their project to work after so long. You've been trying for so long, and it finally worked, and it even caught like such a nice little song, and I'm pretty excited about that for you. I'm excited for you. And I think that's it. Stars and wishes, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Awesome. Anything, Rachel? Anything to plug yourself, Quelmar?
Oh, right. Yeah. Lots of fun things are happening in Quelmar. If you're in State College, Happy Valley Comic-Con is happening in a couple weeks, and Quelmar will be there. We'll have a table there. Come say hi, come see us, see what Quelmar is all about. This weekend on Saturday, I think, let's see, 9, 10. Yeah, on Saturday, the QuelmarCon merch is going to be available. And let me tell you, there's some beautiful stuff. There's custom mugs that are super gorgeous this year, designed by a wonderful local artist, plus also our amazing Jeff Budera. and T-shirts and posters and all kinds of good stuff. And I can't wait to share it with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, indeed. Awesome. Yes, a lot of good stuff coming up. And I can't wait for us to get more information on the Happy Valley Con. They haven't really been able to give us that much because stuff kept changing. But looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that as well. Awesome. And also looking forward to hearing, to checking in with Nell. Now, your stars and wishes for this week and any closing thoughts and plugs.
My wish is to get to hear everyone describe what outfit their character is wearing to the dance, because Morchella saying that she was cultivating her plants to take pieces to wear sent me. And I think they're have some creative folks here. And my stars are hard to choose, as always, but I gotta shout out Morchella for all of her one-liners, especially talking about the soup bucket and eating the soup. Really, really incredible. And also our buddy cop Pass Without a Trace stuff. Fun times.
Nice. Speaking of buddy cop, Morchella, Erica, what is your stars and wishes for this week and closing thoughts and plugs?
My star is the ace improvising the cootie catcher and then subsequently remembering that they're a divination wizard, because it's just so fitting. It just happened. It just worked. That was really good. And then wishes. Shoot. I hope it's a nice time at the dance, but I also wish for shenanigans. I have plans personally for shenanigans. I hope we can have a little bit of both.
Nice. Cootie catcher. That's what it was called? I knew it had some kind of fucked up name like that. Cootie catcher.
That sounds like a regional thing. I never heard that.
Awesome. I knew it had a name. I just couldn't remember what it was.
I couldn't either, but James said it in the chat, and it's definitely a cootie catcher.
Yeah, that tracks. That sounds right. Awesome. Well, something else that tracks, definitely near and dear to our hearts. Jeff, can you do you have any closing thoughts on today? Any plugs and your stars and wishes, please?
Absolutely. I hope Cootie Catcher actually becomes a mechanic in the book.
We'll have
really can't trip in the chat there.
It'll be. It'll be like a little picture down here, and it'll have like the colors in it that Ace had in it, and that'd be cool.
They wrote it on the fly in the chat. Somebody screen cap it or write it in. Yeah, I guess a plug would be the book on it, which hopefully now has this mechanic. But it's been very exciting seeing the previews of it. Like actually, like, oh, we have an actual book. It's getting laid out. There's actual pages to it and stuff. Actual art. That'll be on sale in June. We got System Agnostic coming back tomorrow, finally, for our third chapter to see what happens. Probably a lot of shenanigans because Steven's at the helm. Probably a lot of death. The stars and wishes. My star today was just the visage of Ace pelting Keanu Reeves with pennies in the cafeteria. I don't know why they get me so much. Wishes. A wish for next time. I like the idea of shenanigans at the dance. I'm really curious to see how it goes. I don't know if we're still in trouble and all. I think that we are. And I kind of want to see, like, I keep forgetting that there's like an actual plot to this, and there's like a mystery supposed to be solved. So I'm curious if it's like actually going to all fly together at the end. It's like, oh, here's the mystery, or if we're just gonna like, no, we botched it. You're all in trouble, and nothing you can do about it.
Awesome. Yeah. I am so glad. You know what's my stars and wishes? I always forget these. My wishes are that I hope that this the dance part is as fun as I want it to be for you guys. I want you all to have a good time with this. It's been on the list since the beginning of the campaign when we did our initial wishes. and I tried to get most of the wishes as part of the campaign. And I know it hasn't been very apparent what the main mystery is here, but I'm very glad that we got. My star would be the Erica reminding Nell about the portent today, and then using the nat 20 to get in. And oh yeah, hey, there's this thing here with a ton of little tidbits of information.
You really told us. First game, you were like, oh yeah, it's the ship from the cafeteria. And we all said, okay, cool. And then never went to the cafeteria.
That was one of the clues coming out of session 1. Well, not out of session 1, because it took us a couple sessions to get out of detention. But coming out of detention, that was one of the... There have been some clues, and I don't expect us to catch them all. And I think once we finally get to the end of this mystery, maybe people will be like, oh, there was that. Oh, we missed that. And then that. Oh, okay, we missed that. So, maybe I was a little too subtle with some of the clues. But yeah.
Nah, I'm just a dumbass.
No, it's not. It's hard. It's hard to know how to write a mystery that that isn't too simple, that it's not a challenge, but isn't too complex, that it can be solvable, or can be something that because I want you guys to have like the agency to make up all the kooky, like the stakeout. There was no plan for a stakeout, so perfect. We have a stakeout. And just for you guys to make the decisions that make this an interesting adventure for you. And that's great. I'm just totally down for it. Anyway, I'm Kyle, DM here, and some other stuff in Quelmar. Yeah, like everybody said, the book, Happy Valley Comic Con, Quelmar Con 2023, all the great community things. It's an amazing community. Come join us. And yeah, well, we won't be here next week, but possibly finale 2 weeks from now. What is that? The 15th? No, we're off the 15th, 22nd. So we'll be back.
We should play a 12-hour finale game and then not finish the final battle.
Is that that was the Strahd thing? Was that the Strahd thing? I thought there were shots fired there. Okay.
Us, it'll be Steven though.
Okay.
Final battle.
That's Steven's gonna be a tough big boss.
Leave
funny.
my baby boy alone.
I taunt, but am I taunting because it's true, or am I taunting just to throw you off? Who knows? Crazy shit. All right. We'll see everyone back next time. Thank you so much for joining us. And until then, keep rolling the dice.
Mwah.
See ya.